Do Shiatsu solve the problem?
No, that's the way it is. It of course doesn't solve the problem, but it can help a lot. You know what it does help is to feel more, to feel your body, what you say, awareness of your body. It helps to get more awareness of the body. You feel, oh, that's my limit. Here it is, and to get more self-confidence by getting touched. You get in contact with your breath because you get more aware of it. I breathe in, I breathe out. Oh, there's a stretch. What does it make to my system when I get stretched? The breathing gets deeper. And during a session, I like to ask questions that help to make those feelings more aware. I ask, and after I worked on your right arm, afterwards, how do you feel now the difference? Oh yes, it's a difference. Then I ask, how would you describe the difference? And this helps to put it into words, helps to get more aware of it. Oh, this arm is, then I help, like, is it warmer or colder or more heavy or light? And oh yes, you're right, it's light or it's heavy or it's longer and shorter. That's gold, that's pressure for people to get to feel themselves and feel good about their body, however it is, if it's big or small or however, it's there. It's the only body we have.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And I think also the important thing that both acupuncture and also Shiatsu release endorphins in the body, which give people what we call a very healthy high. And that can also enhance awareness. I think Edith makes a very important point that she involves the patient in dialogue during the session. This also prevents them from what we call spacing out. In other words, disassociating from their body or using the endorphins as a high instead of as an awareness focus, and to be very much in their bodies, in their breath and in their feelings, and not just to space out. So this within the session, having this dialogue is absolutely crucial to keep them very earthed and very grounded as well. But the important thing that this alone is not enough. They also have to be in a formal rehab program, whether it's Addictions Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous or Internet or whatever. That in conjunction with Shiatsu, which emphasizes the physical side, and also addiction blocks feeling in the body. So this really helps to kind of reawaken and almost like a rebirth of feeling in the body, which is very important in a very structured kind of way. It's not wishy-washy and airy-fairy, hin und her or anything, but it's very structured and it's very formalized. And we also have the meridians in the body that each relate to a different function in the body and each have a specific role in addiction rehab, you know, whether it's the liver and detoxing the body, or whether it's the lung with smoking or different forms of inhalation substance addiction and so on. That we have very specific techniques to hit very specific forms of addiction and rehabilitation, which is also important. So it's not just feel good. It goes way beyond that, and there is a very scientific structure to it as well.
And there is also, especially alcohol or any substances, really destroys and affects the liver.
The liver, exactly.
And not only the organ.
Yes.
So Shiatsu can also help to bring body and mind together, as I understand you from your workshops. So this is quite nice to have both of it. And also the mind, body, mind, and
emotions as well, all three together.
Because, for example, the liver is connected with the anger.
That's it.
With anger. And often people who, for example, drink, they want to suppress their feelings, their anger or their intensity, tension, right? And then they drink. First, when they come from work, they need to drink, or if they had a meeting, they need to drink. That's the liver. They have a strong liver energy. And that's important to explain and to tell them, well, what else can I do to get rid of or to release this tension?
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Show them the liver stretch.
Yes.
You can stretch
Yes.
meridians.
Yeah.
And it's nice exercise compared to yoga, stretchings, or you can tap points.
Yes.
Like you talked about the
This was
happy
nice.
points.
Yeah.
Tell
You
about
showed
it.
us the happy
Pamela.
points, and
Happy,
so you can really
activate the whole body.
the whole
Yes.
body with
Yes.
some,
And a variety of the meridians and the acupuncture points as well. Very simply and through tapping. Yes.
Yeah. And you called it a little bit to get more, get a healthy high, more healthy high than the high by themselves.
Yes.
So instead of the high of substances.
Exactly. And that can take a long time because addiction blocks feeling, and it blocks both physical and emotional awareness and puts them into a synthetic world. And we're trying to bring them back gradually to the real world and to the earth under their feet and the sky above their heads and the space that they fill in between. And this can take a long time. But as I say, it must be done in conjunction with a lot of physical exercise, B, a program like Qigong, where they get the movements and it enhances our particular work, and also a very formal rehab program.
Yeah, Qigong, like the 5 elements Qigong that you learned during the Ausbildung. Yeah. And it's easy movements, and everyone, or most of the people can do them. They can do them as well as they can, you know. There is no point to it how they have to look like. It's just that you do it, and that's the point. Also to the tapping, it gives the patients something they can do to themselves, something good.
Exactly.
And especially when they are afraid of, now the craving will start. I'm so afraid when I need to have the drug. And then you can show them, tap certain points, and this point will help the liver, the other point will help the stomach, and then the spleen, or the lung, and do the stretch for the lung. So we can show that. And that's an anchor, I call it anchor.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
Because our inside will remember, that's something good. And then you just need to tap it a little, and it helps even more after a while.
It's something very solid, very tactile to do in a moment of craving, or when those feelings. Always, you have to give the antidote. You have to give something which will block the craving, and it's not enough just to say, visualize this, that, and the other. You've got to give them something very tactile to do for themselves, so it helps.
And the body reacts on it.
The body reacts.
The whole system reacts. It's great.
Absolutely.
I like to work with a kind of tapping. It's called meridian tapping, EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. Big word. It helps for many things because it shows you, I have a problem, and I have it. I don't try to hide it. You have to say, yes, that's my problem. And that's the first step, as we know in psychology. And
acknowledgement.
Here it is. Okay. And what do we do with it? And then you tap along certain points, and you say a sentence to it, and I help with it as a practitioner. And I show those points to the clients, and they practice it at home when they start getting the craving. But first of all, they need to be dry. That's maybe we should mention here.
Yes. Yeah, they can't come drunk or stoned.
No.
Otherwise, we don't work on them.
Want to stop.
So you would,
totally.
You would not
dangerous.
work on it when they are high.
No.
You can't.
No. I said not appropriate to work on you now. Get dry and come back to me tomorrow or some other time.